All of my life, you've been there for me when no one else seems to care for me. All of my life. Good evening, APC family. God bless you. Y'all come on in. Let's have a little church tonight. I'll give you the praise. You've been so faithful, yes you have. No matter what I'm going down, you give me a smile in place of a frown. Sister Mary, good to see you, Sister Mary. Come on, y'all, put your hands together. I like that little just. That's it. Good to see y'all. Come on in here. That's it. That's it. Dr. Donaldson, I hear you all of my life. That's what you gonna do. You gonna praise him? How long you gonna praise him? Hey! Come on, somebody. Does that make you feel like giving God a little praise? Why don't you pat your leg, tap your foot? That's Dr. James Mabel, all of my life. Y'all know that's been holding us. Good to see you, Officer Gorey. Y'all know all of my life that's been holding us, that's been carrying us through. Dr. James Mabel, that's an amazing record. I keep telling you all, it's a wonderful neo-traditional gospel record. Good to see my brother from the West Coast, from the Brotherhood here tonight. But Dr. James Mabel, The Journey 2.0, download that record. All of your digital outlets, download that record at all of your digital outlets. Dr. James Mabel Jr., The Journey 2.0. He's going to be with us sharing in music before this year is out. That's it. I see you, Sister Sonia. Yes, it. Saints, let's get those hashtags rolling. Y'all see it right there? Let's get those hashtags rolling. Black church votes. I know I'm going backwards like we read in Hebrew, but it's all right. Black church votes. Souls to the polls. Redeem 2020. Let me try it like this. Oh, Redeem 2020. That didn't work either. Souls to the polls. Redeem 2020. All right. Everybody get those hashtags rolling. Share this live tonight. Share this TNT on tonight. I need you to share it. I need you to, hey, listen, you got a little time. You got just a little time. I need you to hear these instructions. This is from the Lord to you on tonight. I need you to tag your niece, your nephew, your godchild, your grandchild, somebody that's in Generation Z. You know somebody that's in Generation Z. I need you to tag them. Tell them to come in the room. Tell them to put down Lovecraft, Warcraft, or Minecraft, or Fortnite. That's it. Put down the Fortnite. Tell them come in here because they need to hear what we're going to talk about tonight. I love it. I see y'all. That's it. Run those hashtags out, Saints. Redeem 2020. Souls to the polls. Black church votes. Y'all do that. And stay with us on tonight. I got a special announcement. We're going to close out. Got a special closeout for you on tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. I believe the Zoom church is here. I'm going to give you just one more second to run those hashtags because I need you to do that. I need you to run those hashtags. And I need you to invite your loved one. I need you to invite your loved one. That's it. Run those hashtags. I need you to invite your loved one. Tell them to come on, get on the program. That's it. I see you. There you go, Sister LaSharon. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, LaSharon, for LaSharon. How about that? For sharing. Sister Rutland, thank you for sharing. Redeem 2020, Souls to the Polls, Black Church Votes. Run those hashtags. This is a very pivotal and significant vote on this year. All right? So it is important that you do that. Stay connected with us by the church website. We are, as y'all heard me say it, those of y'all that may be visiting, I see 1 or 2 on tonight, but we are the Greater New Virtual APC of Morgan Park. We still have a building on 114th and Vincennes, but we are the body of Christ, and we gather in this season due to the pandemic. We gather on Zoom every Sunday. Christian education. We are educating those that call themselves Christians. It says that they were called Christians at Antioch. It's a broad, proper term for us to understand those that follow Jesus, those that name the name of Christ, those that desire and intend to live a life like Christ or following Christ. We have great educators. We have an amazing curriculum. So I want you to join us on Zoom every Sunday. We also have a conference call, a prayer call, a conference call, 8:30 a.m. on Sunday, but it's also 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. That number is at the bottom of your screen. It's moving. I'm going to leave it up. You can come back and pause the program, and if you want to catch it, if you get your pencil and paper right quick. Now, I ain't going to even do that. It's up here. It's archived. You can find it. It's on the Facebook page. Go to the YouTube page. Go to the website. Again, go to the website. All the information is there on the website. Now, without further ado, without any delay, it's time for me to bring my guest on tonight. This young man is, I'm going to tell y'all how I found out who he really was. When I first came here to become to lead this congregation over here on the south side of Chicago, I saw this tall, athletic looking young fella, teenage guy coming through the church. Always nice and cordial. We just kind of spoke. But actually, this was right when I got here, and then immediately that July, I'm sitting in the academic award ceremony, and they start calling out just a laundry list, a plethora of awards and accolades, and they said the name of the person, and this guy stood up, and man, I was just blown away. Knew he had a bright future ahead of him. Then he leaves, he goes away to college. We had a wonderful conversation before he left. Knew he had his head on straight. Knew as long as he stayed focused, everything that he, set his mind to, right? The sky's the limit. It's actually where you just get started, even though we say it's the limit, but hey, we'll talk about that later too. But this young man, he's amazing. I'll let him tell us a little bit about who he is, and then we're going to get this rolling. I'm bringing to you on today my good friend, my young man, my young brother. His name is Christopher Rucker. I want you to type in the comments. Hello, Chris. I want y'all to type it in the comments. Hello, Chris. Matter of fact, type in, hey, Mr. President. Type in, hey, Mr. President.
That's the one right there. That's the one. That's the one.
I love it. Type in, hey, Mr. President. Y'all type that in. And again, don't leave. Stay till the end. Stay till the end. But type in, hey, Mr. President. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're here. There you go. I see you. Oh, come on. Type in, hey, Mr. President. He's got his eyes set on the White House. Where y'all at? I don't see y'all. No. There you go. Hey, there you go. There you go. Hey, we got.
There it is.
There you go. There you go. Listen, that's all we needed. We just needed you, evangelists, to open the floodgates. There you go. Y'all come on. Hey, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Chris, these are votes, Chris. These are votes.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Jumping on the campaign. I'm jumping on the campaign.
There it is.
All right. This young man, his name is Christopher Rucker. He just graduated. He just fast-tracked his way due to the pandemic. He fast-tracked his way to an early graduation. Philander Smith College there in Arkansas. He's a graduate with a political science degree. Yes. He's also a member, you can see it there on his chest, of Alpha Phi Alpha. And he's here with us on tonight. I'm so honored. He's here to represent Gen Z. He's here to give us a real deal political conversation. Now, y'all know, Saints, we've been talking about Luke 10:30, fix the road. And the sub premise behind the theological context is that there are systems and structures in place that allow for people to be victimized, mistreated, ill-treated, disenfranchised, disrespected, and even disregarded. And so we've got to fix those systems. And in this climate right here, political climate, we're approaching the vote. If you're not registered to vote, shame on you. We can help you out. Call the church, 773-881-6900. Type your name in the comments. Let us know you're not registered. We will find you and get you registered. But I've got Chris here on tonight. And here's what I want to do, Chris. I want you to do this. I want you to tell us a little bit about what happened in your life that caused you to say, I'm going to go to down in Arkansas, this little small college, and get a degree in political science. How'd that happen?
Okay. So Philander Smith College was not my first choice. HBCU period was just not my first choice. When I was in high school, I said that I wanted to get a sense of diversity, you know, because I've been around African Americans and people of my color literally from infant all the way till now. So I was like, okay, I see how it is to be in the African American community, but what is it like to be African American in the white community? What is it like to be an African American in a multi diverse community? So in high school, I applied literally to all PWIs, literally all PWIs. And so when I applied to the PWIs, I got a lot of good offers, because here's the thing about PWIs. They need Black students. They really need Black students to say that to count us in diversity numbers, basically, to make it more appealing to other diverse students, to draw them in. And so I got a lot of scholarships and a lot of offers from a lot of these different PWIs. But it wasn't until I took a trip with this organization called Becoming a Man, BAM. Many of you may be familiar with it. We went on a college tour down south, went to Arkansas, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana. And when we went down south, it was just a whole different atmosphere. It was a whole different aura around it. Like everything was slower. It was much different around from the city. So I was like, okay, well, maybe, just maybe, it got some better weather. Like it's not gonna snow in the winter down here, and if it does snow, it's not gonna be too much. I don't know, it just felt right down there. So I was like, okay, maybe I can apply to some schools down here. So I applied to some schools down there. I got in, but it wasn't until I went to Philander Smith College and I told the president of the college that I wanted to be the president of the United States. And when I told him that, he immediately just was like, it just awed him. He was like, okay, so what is your GPA? What's your SAT? Like, what is this? What's that? And he kept asking me those probing questions, the admission questions. And I told him I had like 1,030 or 40 or something on the SAT. My GPA was a 5.14. And so they were just like, okay, well, I bet you I can get you here. And I was like, no, I bet you can't, because I really, really, really did not want to go to an HBCU, only because I wanted that sense of diversity. And he was like, I bet you I can. And so he actually did. I want to say it was like a month before graduation, high school graduation. He offered me a full ride because I was eligible for it, and tuition, fees, everything paid for. I was just like, that's the best option. That's the best option. So
Absolutely.
I have to take that one.
Man, listen, that's an amazing blessing, right? So you get down there to Philander Smith, and I mean, okay, so right there, you go from being in here's Chicago, you go down there, and it's a short stint. What do you learn to confirm that not only your desire to be the president, but your need to be the president? What do you learn down there as now a scientist? Watch this, and I want to say it just like this. Let's get this ball rolling. You just told me you graduated early. You're getting your degree. What do you do as a scientist of politics? Talk to us about that.
The most significant thing I would say that a political science does is study the behavior of people, right? So yeah, like when you hear political scientists, you think, yeah, politics, but it's not just politics. Yeah, it's politics, but then think about what politics is: the study of powers, the study of behavior. Like, we study all of that. So when you hear a political scientist talking about like what they thought about the election, or what they think about what would happen with voting wise, like who's going to vote for who's going to be up in the polls, who's not. It's because we study people, we study history, right? And history always repeats itself. It always tells the story of what's going to happen next. And I'm not gonna lie, this selection is it's really, it can go either way. I'm just gonna say it like that. It can go in either way, in my opinion, because history isn't repeating itself; it's making a new right now. You know, it's times when history makes a new, so it's making a new right now, and I'm just like.
So here's what I always say. I always say that history doesn't change. It just repeats itself with different characters improvising on the script.
Okay.
Right. So here we are. We are 100 years later, repeating the history of a pandemic. Yeah. Also, in that span of a pandemic, an election. So we've also gauged and assessed this. You and I, we kind of talked about this, and I know this is where the conversation is going. But in our congregation, in Chicago, but then going down south to Philander Smith, you get to experience a diverse group of Black people.
Yeah.
Right. So now I've also this hit me the other day. I just woke up like, man, this is what it, because we are so diverse as a people, then the strength of unity remains an issue because of the distance, the diversity, and the range of demographic.
Yeah.
From your grandmother to you, who is Gen Z. I'm kind of like right in the middle, right? Gen X, just a few years from that millennial line, right there, a few years up, but swing back. So, and that's even a term now. We've got real demographic terms.
Yeah.
So here's where the question goes. I was talking with a bishop friend of mine, and I've had guys on here all month of different ranges. You the baby. All right. Let's hear what baby boy got to say. All right. Yeah. Bishop buddy of mine, his granddaughter is about your age. She says, Granddaddy, I'm voting for Trump because Trump is about getting that bag. And he's saying, wait a minute. I'm a mid early 60s-year-old man who came, right on the heels of, like, I was a kid when King got killed, and I was a teenager in the struggle, and from down in the Carolinas in the dirty South. So talk to us about that challenge in how we see this voting demographically, because we're voting for your generation and those generations to come, right?
Yeah. To be honest, before I hit that point, can I hit one of the points that you said before?
Go ahead.
Oh, you hit up a point somewhere with what we would call Pan-Africanism, right? You said it's a little diverse between Black people, and before I even talk about that, Miss Kidd on the comments, I got the comments pulled up. She said there is diversity in the Black community, and she is absolutely right. She is absolutely right. There is diversity in the Black community. However, right, Pan-Africanism, as a political scientist, you learn about Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is basically saying that what's going on here in the United States is also going on there in West Africa, is also going on there in the Philippines, is also going on there in the Bahamas and Jamaica. The problems that we have is going on all around the world, so we need to unite as a people, right? When I meant diversity, I meant, okay, I know that we have all of these problems, but now let's go and see, like, what are the problems that we face from another ethnicity. So that was like, that was my thing. It was going to be like my little experiment, spending 4 years in a different environment that has a whole different culture and everything else. Now, to come back to what you were talking about, which you did mention, like a Pan-African approach as well. When it comes to African Americans, right? we haven't had reparations. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that we are seeking, right? And that we thought we would get from President Obama, but we didn't. And I know that that's a very, 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 very strong point. That like when you even bring up Obama and have a criticism, almost all of the Black community just like, what, Obama? You're saying something? But yes, it's true. Like President Obama didn't, and it's not because he didn't want to, it's because he couldn't. Like, of course, people wasn't aware that, okay, yeah, we got the presidency, but we don't have the Congress.
And so he did his job and let us down.
Exactly. Like we don't have the Congress, so now we cannot pass what we need to pass to get everything that Black people are expecting. So now let's bring it up to what you were talking about with with Generation Z and voting for Trump. You and I had a very unique conversation about this. So let me tell you what I've been hearing, the reasons why Generation Z is trying to vote for Trump. I've heard this pandemic be called the scamdemic because literally everybody from ages 30 and 40 all the way down to 16 and 17 are literally running the system right now. They're getting bags of money. I don't know how people are in Illinois getting unemployment from Florida, California, none of that, but they doing it. They literally bagging the money, and they're saying their reasoning is Trump is letting us scam for free. He ain't even paying attention to us. He letting us do it because he's all about his bag. Like I'm hearing them say politically, the man sucks as president, but as like going economically, like he is a genius. Like I'm hearing people of my age, people of my color saying that. Like even at Trump's rallies, I'm seeing a lot of Black people there. And I'm just like, okay, like don't be fooled. Like, yeah, he's giving this $1,200 stimulus check, but that's just to draw you in. So he can say that he did something for you. Yeah, he's giving money to HBCUs, but that's just to draw you in. So he can keep the attention of the community. And so when I see or hear that, like it's like a illusion. Like he's casting this illusion over African Americans and other minorities or people of color, should I say? And it's just like they getting fooled by it. They just like, okay, yeah, like Trump is the person. Like Joe Biden was racist. Joe Biden did this in the 80s and 90s. He had this crime bill. He had this and that. Like personally, I don't really want to vote for neither one of them. I want to vote for Kamala, but I don't want to vote for neither one of them because both of them has done some stuff in the past and in the present. Like Trump not denouncing white supremacy when he was asked to on the election on a debate that day. I don't remember. There was the first debate. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden not. It's just a lot right now that's going through my head. So the general message is don't to my age group, don't be persuaded by the illusion that he's doing right for the Black community, because everybody's saying like he's doing more for the Black community than anyone else. And I'm just like, y'all kidding me. Like y'all really like this president is tearing us apart, like literally as a society. Like it's going back to the 60s and the 50s and the 40s, like how racism is just blatantly like all of the people that was suppressing their racism is now just bringing it out. Like he's just igniting it. But they're overlooking that because money is involved. They're like, okay, well, he's actually giving us some money. And so money is the root of all evil, right?
The love of money is the root of all evil.
The love of money is the root of all evil. So if the love of money is the root of all evil and y'all really love it that much to overlook racism, to overlook your safety in this society, I saw a quote. It said that racism is so American that when you speak against it, people think you speaking against America. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
That's right.
And people like I don't know if they conscious, if they just don't want to like dive into it. They don't want to be conscious. They don't want to read books. They don't want to like search this information. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like your safety or money, your citizenship in America or money. Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. And it's a lot of people my age that's just not getting it. And I'm trying to talk to them. I'm trying to like everybody in my class, they trying to talk to them, but it's just like they just.
Okay, so let me push the envelope here and dig into this. As a scientist of politics, I'm sure you had to study that bait and switch between the parties back in what, the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are we what about then here's the question, like, so what about those black conservatives who are saying this ain't a black thing. This is a citizen thing. This is an American rights, an American citizen. And those of us that are conservative, because watch this, our Bible, it preserves traditional conservative values.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, voting for Trump, who represents a party that will uphold those values, means that now, as a Christian, as a black Christian, are we supposed to vote Democrat? But Democrats haven't done anything for us. So talk to us about why, listen, here's the question to you, Chris, directly. Why should we vote for Biden other than Kamala?
As I said, I don't want to vote for neither one of them. But
I don't either. Let the record show. I don't either.
Okay. So as a black conservative, right? Like I'm not a black conservative, but I'm just saying, like, as a black conservative, in my eyes, most black conservatives are white man created. And if you get what I'm saying that white men teach them the game. So then those black conservatives can then do the same thing or oppress this the black community the same way that the Caucasian community does, or think the way that the Caucasian community does. Right now, when you think about conservatism, right, traditional values, right, okay, I get that. But when you think economically, you can't gain power unless you have economic power, or vice versa. If you have power, you have money. If you have money, you have power. It's one or the other. And so the way that the white community does it, they get some of our people, they show them their ways, so then our people can oppress us. You get what I mean?
So yeah, it sounds to me like you're saying that there's a management training program that they go through, and this is how you run the corporation of America. This is how you do it.
But when it comes to getting back to your original question, why should you vote for Democrats? Although conservatism has your own, like, it conserves the traditional values and of America and everything else. Does Trump do that though? Under the party, yeah, he's under the party, but does he push the conservative values? Do you think so?
No.
And so, why would you vote for Trump if he's not representing the party in which he runs under? I remember in 1992, he told Fox that if I ran for president, I'd run as a Republican. Why? Because it would be so much easier. Like he had this planned out. We just and it's so funny because he blatantly says like everything that he's going to do or everything that he's done or everything that he's had planned, but I guess we take it as a joke. I'm not sure.
You know why he doesn't have to do it?
Why is that?
He doesn't have to do it because he's got Pence to do it.
Mm.
Right? So there you go. I don't have to. I've got him for that. He's going to do the religious stuff and I'm going to make the money. I'm going to get the bag and he's going to keep the church people happy, right? Think about it. It works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right, here you go. Somebody's in the comments here. This says blacks originally voted Republican. You see that? And that's kind of what I was where I was going with that. And here we go. Watch this. We are conservative in our faith.
Mm-hmm.
But now we want to become liberal in our lived experience.
There it is. I was about to go there. I was about to say, because yes, blacks originally did vote Republican, but then that switch came. That switch came where, okay, all of the Caucasian people, they switched to Republican, and all of the African Americans, they wanted more liberal views. They wanted more freedom, more liberty. You know what I'm saying? And so conservative in a religious way, right? But more liberal in your society way, just like you said. And so it's like you want more freedoms in life. You want more freedoms. You want to be able to express yourself. You want to be able to do everything that you want to do, but you want to keep that conservative perspective, that conservative lens as a black church, right?
Yeah.
And so and so it's like, let's see. That's where the disconnection comes from in my generation. That's what I would say. That's where the disconnection comes from. Because how can you take the conservative lens, right, and keep that religious perspective, that religious lens active, but still wanting to be like free to express yourself? And so it's not like those two can't go together. They cannot go together. Why is that? Because you can be a part of the LGBTQ community and freely want to express yourself, but then you want that conservative lens of faith. But then in the Bible, what does it say?
So now we've got a theopolitical dichotomy here that people have to address. Now watch this. Here's one comment, and this goes into what we're talking about. It says, as Christians, we need to look up and keep our mind on the Lord. Sister Suzette also says it also comes down to what values we are teaching our children. Mm-hmm. Well, we are teaching our children conservative values, but these conservative children have become liberal adults.
There it is. And I think that happens because when you think conservative, you think it's a little strict, right? Like you learn.
You think traditional, old school,
exactly. And that's where the disconnect is, because nowadays we aren't just. You just can't be strict. Like I was just telling, we just had this conversation before. We was like, everything is politically correct now. Like you can't say what you used to say in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, because it's just not going to be seen as correct. It's not going to be seen as right? It's not going to be seen as moral. Like it's a disconnect, because it's like it feels as if you're forcing values and you're forcing what you think, you're forcing what you believe onto them. So now when they finally get that liberty, right, when they finally get that freedom, and they're like, okay, well, if this is what it is, then this is what I want to do. Then that's where those liberal views come from. I just did I'm doing a senior paper right now, and it's about why college students don't vote, why Black college students don't vote at HBCUs specifically. And it's because, one, they don't know the candidates. 2, they can't relate to the candidates. 3, they just don't care about voting. And 4, just they don't want to be involved. Well, why don't they want to be involved?
Wow. Yeah, that's the real, that's the one we got to dig into. Why don't they want to be involved?
And I can tell you now, so the main framework of my paper, the theoretical framework of my paper is Black politics, from a professor named Dr. Mac H. Jones from Clark Atlanta University. Brought up the whole, he made the whole theory behind Black politics. And so his theory is he used a power theory that's been around for years, stating that there is a power struggle amongst Black people and white people vis-a-vis the former, trying to basically gain the top spot.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, that power struggle leads a lot of our people to just think or not want to get involved into it. Why don't they want to be involved into it? Because it's physically draining, it's emotionally draining. Like, have you ever been around? I'm in Arkansas. Harrison, Arkansas is where the KKK was formed.
Okay.
If you go anywhere outside of Little Rock, Arkansas, it will be very racist. It will be very racist.
Still to this day.
Still to this day, it is very racist. I remember I was driving to Little Rock and I got stopped by a sheriff, and it was very, 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 it was a very racist encounter. It was a very racist encounter.
Wow.
And so think about the people that live in neighborhoods where they have racist encounters every single day. It's literally draining. It's mentally draining. It's physically draining. It's everything else draining. And so that is kind of like why they step back and they say, okay, well, I don't want to be involved in that, because it's so much that has to go into that. And it's kind of scary as well, because it's like racism, right, threatens me because I physically feel threatened. I'm mentally threatened because it's not just you that's probably like this, but it's everyone around in this community. It's, man,
and you fit the description.
I fit the description. I remember, oh my God, I was in Chicago when I got one of those. Yeah, I was getting off work. He said, well, Little Caesars just been robbed down the street. And you fit the description. Gray sweatpants, black shirt. I'm just getting off work. I got my work uniform in my hand. I got my food in my hand, walking to my house. He talking about you fit the description. And I was in Chicago.
Wow.
When I was in Arkansas, we were sitting in a parking lot waiting to go into a store. The store ended up closing when we got up to the front door. All the lights had turned off and everything, but it was still some lights on that made it look like the store was still open. Okay, so we about to walk back to the car. We see the police car driving up, but his lights didn't go on or nothing. So we get in the car. We about to pull off. The lights come on. Now, the whole encounter was y'all knew that the store was closed. Mind you, it was like 5 minutes. The store probably closed 5 minutes. Been closed for 5 minutes. But he was like, y'all knew the store was closed, and da-da-da-da-da-da. The only thing that saved us was the fact that we were college students.
Wow.
So all of that racism, all of that strain, all of that just constantly having to deal with it, I believe that that's one reason why people just don't want to deal with it.
What is that James Baldwin said? Are you familiar with that quote? To be woke and black is to be in rage. And he was saying this.
Talk about, but I can't directly think about it like the.
It's something I'm paraphrasing. That's somewhere in there. But he was saying that back in the what is it, the 60s or 70s? He was saying this, and so now here we are in this day, and you're describing it. Well, it sounds to me like ultimately what you're saying, Chris. And I'm gonna ask you one more question after this, just to mess with you a little bit. But it sounds to me like you're saying the bottom line is we've got to vote racism out of the White House.
Mm.
But that's an issue that's in the country. That's the fabric of this country. This country it functions on the reality of racism, classism, sexism. And like you said, the people with the power want to keep the power.
The power
and it's all about, running the money.
Yeah.
So here we go. You brought up something. I want to go back to this liberal conservative thing. This liberal conservative thing, because it's a demographic and a generational thing. I'll even say this, because I'm in that middle generation. Someone said in the comments, that it says this generation asked more questions than we did.
Mm-hmm.
We just voted the way our parents voted. We just kind of did what we were told to do.
Yeah.
But now we've got the internet and we can investigate our own candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got turned on to this since I've been here in Chicago the last few years. I can't think of the website now. I've got it saved in my bookmarks or whatever, but you can go and find out who the candidate, find out the candidates' voting records.
Yep.
Who they've been voting for, what they stand on. So this vote, I want to go back to this juxtaposition. Because if we vote for the liberal Democrats, they're going to run the country in the ground, because they're now going to start legislating policy and foolishness, and Black Lives Matter wants to destabilize the nuclear family, and it's a Democratic funded organization. But over here, you've got Antifa, and you've got, so kind of talk about this a little bit. How discerning do we need to be with the media's interpretation of what's really going on?
One thing, so as an aspiring political science, because I ain't a political scientist yet. I still got till December. And I still got much to learn as well. But one of the first things that you have to do is you have to gather research from, don't just use one source to be your research. Don't just consider one source your research. I can't say it. Don't just watch Fox News and say, okay, well, what Fox News is saying is true. Don't just go to CNN and say, okay, what CNN is saying is true. Because sometimes you have to get the different perspectives of what's really going on. You have to see, okay, what the Republicans are saying, what the Democrats are saying, what is the Green Party saying, what is the Libertarians saying, what does white people say, what do Black people say, okay, what are the immigrants in America saying, what are other people of color saying, you know what I'm saying? Because having that well-rounded view will allow you to make your own analysis, would allow you to give you enough information to make your own analysis and make your own decisions on what's really going on. Don't let the media control what you want to do, because that's literally what they're there for. They're to try to persuade you that this is the best opinion, this is the best decision that you should go for. After every presidential election, you might see all of those different speakers. What was it, on CNN, or it was some show? I mean, not show, but news outlet. Just giving advice on what they thought the election was, and that's just their personal opinion. You have to understand that. That's their personal opinion from the years that they've spent and having the experience of serving in those different capacities or researching those different capacities. But it's time for you to do that. Everybody has the power to research whatever they want to. It's just you have to do it yourself, because if you don't do it yourself, then you're going to allow somebody else to make your decision.
I love that. That's it. Don't let the wrong influences influence your
Mhm.
decision. Let's pivot here, and I think we can probably head this way to close.
Okay,
You desire to be the president of the United States.
I do.
All right. Which party?
In all honesty, if I ran for president of the United States right now, I would call myself an independent.
Great. Okay.
I would call myself.
Um, let's see. Next question. Where does um where does that where do you get on that train? What's the first stop to the presidency? What is it? Where are you? How are you going to? What is that? Let's talk about local level politics to close out.
First step would have to be like I'm gonna start off really, really small just to get my feet wet. Like I've done political campaigns. I've done I volunteer for a lot of black caucuses and things of that nature, but it would probably be running for alderman, running for mayor, just to get my feet wet, just to see, especially in Chicago. Like Chicago has over 3 million people, you know, so it's like if I can do it here, then I know for a fact that I can do it for the nation.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could do it here, I know for a fact I could do it for a nation. So my first step, as per your question, would be running for alderman and mayor.
Okay, so at that level of alderman, mayor, um, just talk to us about the importance of because the big conversation is the national election for the presidency on November the 3rd.
Yeah.
But talk to us about the importance of that local level voting.
So I'm glad you asked that because at the top, yeah, you got the very, 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 very top. Very, very, very top. You got the president of the United States. But under that, you got the cabinet. Under that, you got the secretaries. Under that, you got the governors. You got the mayors. Like it all trickles down. But if you really like, that's how we think about it in society. It all trickles down, but really, it all trickles up because the people that you vote for locally impacts exactly like it really impacts your direct lines of economic freedom in your community. It impacts the policies, the legislation that's passed in your community, which it all trickles up because okay, if you have a lot of Democratic representatives, and when you vote for the election on November 3rd, then all of those Democratic representatives in your district is going to send their vote based off of what the people in their district voted for, whether it was Democrat or Republican, to the senator. And then the senator goes to the United States Electoral College and then casts their vote. And so it's so important to make sure that you pick your local leaders that you know that's going to actually represent you and your vote, because this is where a lot of people say, my vote don't matter, my vote don't count, my vote don't count. That is because y'all have parties that's representing y'all district that aren't the same as you. Elect some people that represent your party, that's going to represent you, that's going to send their vote to the national level, and then therefore vote all of the national positions into office, all the people that you want to see into office. It's simple. You have to start off local. You got to start off small to go big.
I love it, man. I love it. Listen, Chris, thank you so much, brother, for spending this time with us. Thank you for those thoughtful explanations and breaking down the science of politics, knowing that it's based on the study of history and human behavior, and they've got programs and systems and what they're trying to do. I'm gonna say this, man. Of course, we love you. We got your back. We supporting you. We praying for you, right? Your church family. We all love you and all of that kind of good stuff. But listen, just close us out. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
Give me. All right. Listen, because you got to get ready for this kind of stuff. All
I
right.
already know.
Here you go. I'm gonna do it like this. All right. Well, Chris Rucker, thank you for being with us on tonight. We're gonna go to you for the final words, and then we'll close out the program. Take us away.
So, if I had to close, well, since I'm closing out, guys, the biggest takeaway that I want you to understand is that everything that I said was based on my perspective, my view as a political scientist or as an aspiring political scientist. Out of all of the lessons that I've learned, it is up to you to go do your own research, as I said, so you can understand and make your own analysis on it. Please go out and vote on November 3rd, 2020, because it is important. It is very, very, very important. It is imperative if you're a person of color. I really enjoyed being here today. I'm running for president 2036. So remember Christopher Rucker II. You're muted.
I love it. Here's what I need everybody to do. Listen, I need everybody to type in the comments, Rucker for president 2036. All right. Hashtag. All right. Here we go. Hashtag Rucker for president 2036. I'm typing it in right now. Rucker for president 2036. Y'all run that hashtag, all right? You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, saints and friends, neighbors, and those nearby all across the world. Chris Rucker. He is internationally known, nationally recognized, and locally accepted.
Also, there's one more thing. I am the national president of the pre-alumni councils under United Negro College Fund. So if there are if you have any college students, aspiring college students, anything that are looking for scholarships under UNCF, please reach out to me, reach out to Pastor Ellis, and just give us his name, number, email, or her name, number, or email, and we will definitely get something for them. We will try to let them apply to as many scholarships as possible, because free money is great. I can honestly say that free money is great when it's going to a good cause.
Man, that is everybody. Listen, he just gave information, right? People that need money for college, contact the church office, 773-881-6900, or you can get all the church information and how to contact the church from the church website. You can go to the church website there. Chris, give your information to Sister Angie. We're going to get your information how to contact you for anybody that does reach out to do that. Man, thank you so much again. I'm not going to hold you any longer because you got to go celebrate, because it is your what? You celebrate what?
Yes, sir.
You celebrate his 1 year alpha-versary, his birth into the manhood, the alpha brotherhood. So yes. All right. Yeah. Y'all run that in the chat. Y'all are seeing each other. Chris, I'm going to let you go, man. Thank you so much again. Y'all run that in the chat. Run all of that information. If you need the scholarship information, just contact the church. Contact the church and we'll connect you with Christopher Rucker. Chris, if you can still hear me. Okay. Yeah, you can still hear me. Type your information in the comments, how people can get in touch with you, whatever your tags are. Your Instagram, your Snapchat, your whatever, however, all of your handles. All right. Type in all of your handles in the type it in the main comments. That you just type that in the stream chat, but type that in the Facebook comments and they'll get that over there. I'm about to close out. I think I got a special announcement. I mean, not a special announcement. Well, yeah, I guess it's a special. Waiting on that. Sister Gwen, good to see you tonight. God bless you. Amen. Amen. All right, there you go. Yeah, y'all see it in the comments. There it is, Christopher Rucker 2, Instagram c.ruc. I'm gonna leave that up there so y'all can go to Instagram and follow him. His is Twitter handle, so you can follow him there. Hey, look who just came in. Hey there, First Lady.
Okay. Hi.
Oh, wait, where'd she go?
I just want to be heard. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you. She
All
just
right.
showed a beautiful
Great
face.
job, Chris. Congratulations on your alphaversary. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. So, Pastor Bill, are you done speaking?
I'm done. Go ahead. Take it away. I'm out.
All right. Well, I know you guys can't see my face, but that's well. But the purpose for tonight, we as the body of the Greater New Virtual APC Morgan Park Church, whatever our new name is. I'm very visual, so I need you to put the new name in writing so I can know our new name. But we, on behalf of the Church of the APC Morgan Park, this is Official Clergy Appreciation Month. And we want to say thank you to our pastor, to Bill Ellis, for being our teacher, our pastor, and we want to say thank you. Greater New Virtual APC. Awesome. Thank you, Pastor Zoom. And so with that being said, we have an appreciation or a presentation that we would like to give to you, Pastor Bill, at this time. So with that being said, let the presentation begin.
Hello, Pastor Bill.
Hello, Pastor Bill. This is the Gaineses.
And we just want to say happy Founders Month or Pastors Month. But we do appreciate having you as our pastor, okay?
And as this Pastors Appreciation Month, we thank the Lord for all the work that you're doing and the vision that God has given you and where you're taking us. Now we lift our hands to thee and we say thank you for all that is being done in Jesus' name. God bless you is our prayer.
Hi, Pastor Bill. As we honor you for Pastors Appreciation Month, I would like to say thank you. How about it? Thank you for loving everybody. Thank you for being the kind and loving pastor that you are. But most importantly, thank you for answering the call. All right? Very good. God bless you.
Hey, Pastor Bill, happy Pastor Appreciation Month. I am so excited, delighted, elated, and just all around happy to have you as my youthful and young and dynamic pastor. God bless you. Love you.
Hey, Pastor Bill. I just want to say that I love you and thank God for you. Thank God for you and all the things that you do for our church and our church family. And I just want to say, continue. Much love. Love you much. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, Pastor Bill. It's a beautiful day on the south side of Chicago. Just wanted to wish you well wishes on your pastoral endeavors, praying that God continues to lead you and that you continue to listen to God's design for his people, praying that you continue to lead a blessed life. And I'm praying that you are blessed as well as your family is blessed. Talk to you later. God bless. Bye-bye.
I just wanted to say happy Pastors Appreciation Month to Pastor Bill, someone who's been my pastor, I would say, for almost 15 years now. You know, shout out to Bad Young People. Bill Ellis is a mentor, a friend, someone who I'll always consider a pastor, someone who can walk with you, alongside you through life as you figure it out, as you struggle, as you win, as you lose. He's always been such a great confidant, such a great friend. Yeah, there's so many things to say about William Anthony Ellis Jr. or the third. Can't remember which one you are, but happy to have you in my life. Happy that so many other people get to experience you and your joy, your aura, your energy, your intelligence, your spirituality, your authenticity, your honesty, etc. So, yeah, happy Pastors Appreciation Month. You are appreciated even by someone who is, no longer a member of your congregation, but definitely someone who sits at your feet and learns from you. So love you, man.
God bless you, Pastor Bill. Love you, appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your preaching, the teaching, and trying to find ways for your people. The people are great people, and we appreciate all that you do for us. Have a great day. Thank you for being the pastor. We're praying for you that God will take you even higher and that you'll become the man of God that God intended for you to be. God bless you. Have a great day. I love you.
Happy Pastor Appreciation Month, Pastor Bill. Thank you for all you do and helping us become kingdom citizens. Thank you.
Pastor Bill, you have definitely brought the park into the 21st century.
Pastor Bill, the Murphy girls appreciate you.
Pastor Bill, I had to buy somebody a computer so that they can listen to you on Sunday morning.
Pastor Bill, we appreciate you and thank you so much for everything that you do. We love you.
Greetings, Pastor Bill. This is Dr. Bishop Bradley I'm telling you to keep up the good work.
We appreciate you, Pastor Bill. Thanks for all that you do.
Pastor Bill, you have a hard job, but somebody's got to do it.
Hi, Pastor Bill. I appreciate you for being a welcoming and loving pastor and being a great example to the youth in the generation now.
And I want to say that I appreciate you for all your sound words of wisdom and always being there when you can and always telling me the truth, no matter how hard it may be, been able to receive. I don't take that lightly. And we just want to say we love you.
I love you.
Happy Pastor Appreciation Month from the Isons. We love you.
We love you, Pastor.
You the man.
Thank you.
Pastor Bill Ellis, the best pastor on this side of heaven. Man, me and my girls appreciate you. We thank you so much. We would not be up under any other leadership, especially in these times that we're living in. As I always tell you, Pastor Bill, you can't kick me out. I ain't leaving. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Be blessed.
Good evening, and praise the Lord, Pastor Bill. Brother Blonsey and I are here to wish you a happy Pastor Appreciation Day. We want you to know that we love you, we respect you, we appreciate you because you are a very dedicated, hardworking pastor. And so, with that, we want you to know that we respect you and we appreciate you not only for the month of October, but for the month of November and every other month throughout the year. Blessings to you, Lady K, and the family. Be blessed.
Hey, Darnell. Corey Joseph. All right. Happy 40th birthday. I am representing, even though I'm living in Chicago right now, but I purposely wore my ATL shirt representing all the way from Atlanta. Happy 40th birthday. What I am appreciative of you the most is your sincere heart. Anytime I'm around Darnell, I've been around you for a long time. It is always a good time. Now, growing up, we've been together for a long time. It wasn't always like that. When I used to come around, you did not like sharing Auntie Willie with me. Anytime I would be at the house on Abbey Ridge, you would be like, why are you here? Mom, why are you here? Why is she always here? and I would be on your nerves, but Auntie Willie would be like, Darnell, and I would be like, aha. Auntie Willie loved me, and she would always make sure that you played with me. We've been together for a long time, ever since we were little children. And now to see that you are 40 years old with a beautiful family and you are such a wonderful young man, I'm so proud of you and all the wonderful things that you are and have accomplished in your life. I'm super grateful. And of course, I have so many memories. But one of my favorite memories that I will always just cherish is all the times that we spent growing up together, playing the spades, even to this day. Even though you are not my spades partner, you will never be my spades partner, because you and my brother. Well, technology is great when it works. Wow. Oh, I guess I was the last video. And so when you are in the season of virtual times and you are sending all of these virtual hugs, my phone sent the wrong video. So that was to my god brother who turned 40 this season. But Pastor Bill, I promise I made you a video. So I know what I said. So I'm going to say my appreciation video live. Wow, look at that. Well, Pastor Bill, I'm closing us out. I appreciate you for saying yes to the call.
Wait, I can't see you.
Well, you don't need to see me. You know what I look like. Pastor Bill, I say yes. I say I appreciate you for saying yes to the call. I have watched you grown over the last 4 years. And in the last 4 years, I have definitely seen your genuineness and how you are leading God's people. I appreciate you for always saying yes, and always really the teachings that you are using and the teachings that you are seeking God for have really challenged and changed my life. They have really been seeds that I've been able to see the fruit in my own life, the things that you have taught, not only as my husband, but just as my pastor. And I appreciate that. At one point, I was kind of, pushing you to say, let's just go back home. And I'm glad that I have changed that song. And now I am encouraging you to say, let's stay and see what the end is going to be. So I continue to pray for you and cover you, that your assignment be fulfilled and complete. And I trust that God is leading you and guiding you, for the steps of a good man are ordered. And I know that God is covering you and keeping you. And I appreciate the pastor that you are becoming right before my eyes. And I thank God that you are keeping his people first, and that your concern is to love God's people, to serve God's people, and to give unto God's people. And I truly see that in a living testimony every single day. And so I appreciate you for being that type of pastor. God bless you, Pastor Bill. Amen.
Well, thank you so much, Sister Kellen. I'll finish my gratitude to you after this program is over. Everybody, I want y'all to know, y'all had me over here in tears. Literally, I was laughing and crying. I was crying first. And then those tears turned into laughter. So I thank God, because the Bible says that laughter is like medicine. I'm taking some medicine on today. Listen, y'all, I was not expecting this. Y'all know I'm so grateful. I can't say thank you enough to each and every one of you. Shout out to all of you all that helped make this happen, because I could not and I would not do this by myself. It's Clergy Appreciation Month. So I want to take this time to also honor all the clergy of Morgan Park. I think I did it Sunday on the program. If y'all was at church Sunday, then you heard it. If you wasn't, then you should have been at church. How about that? But I want to thank all of you all that helped me do it. And since you all honored me, then y'all know I can't do it by myself. And it's not just me, but my wife, who is my great helpmeet. Don't just do this alone, but she's right there. If I'm the head, she's the neck. It keeps me turning, and I try to keep it going. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate all of you all. I wish I could hug you, but here you go. Forever. Forever. We might not be able to hug each other for another year. We might not be able to touch each other until 2022. But until then, in the words of my daddy, go with God and God will go with you. I love everybody. I'm out. Thank you so much, Saints. I appreciate y'all once again. Thank you for all of your video contributions. Thank you, Brother Robert Lewis, for buying Sister Roberta a computer. Thank you. I love you. Peace.